Hello everyone, and welcome to today's webinar that being introduced by KNX ZONE. KNX ZONE is a certified KNX training center and systems integrator. Last week, we had 3 successful webinars with EBB, Hager, Zennio, and thinknx. Today, I'd like to introduce Elsner. Elsner has been specialized in building control systems since 1990. All products of Elsner are developed and manufactured at the company headquarters in Germany. I'm glad to welcome Mr. Snehashish Sharma, who will present Elsner. But first, we will stop our Facebook Live, and our followers can join us via Zoom link in the video description. Regarding to your questions, you can ask in the chat box, and I'll collect them to answer by Snehashish at the end of the webinar. Now, we would like to hear from you, Mr. Snehashish. You have the mic.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. And a special thanks to Mr. Mahmood Khairi and KNX ZONE. I'm very pleased to bring you introduction for the Elsner Electronic Germany, the range of products, and you will see during the seminar, rather the webinar, how the products can be of use in terms of your daily life, in your projects, in your presentation. If you are, it does not matter which department you are working, for example, in the sales, or you're in the estimation, or in the projects. If you're a consultant, or let's say the system integrator, you will be able to make use. I hope this webinar will increase your awareness about the Elsner range. And if you have any queries ever, we are always available to support you. You can contact KNX ZONE as well as us directly. We will be definitely very happy to serve. Then we will move on to the presentation. I hope the screen is visible and good. Mr.
Yes,
Khairi,
yes.
can you
yes,
confirm
it's clear.
that?
Yeah, clear.
Perfect. All right, so let me start and begin with the energy and enthusiasm for everyone. It's very late in a Ramadan day when everybody is probably tired at this hour. I want to bring back everybody's energy into the room to kind of get enthusiastic to learn more about the KNX building automation systems, which we are proudly bringing in from Germany under the umbrella Elsner Electronic GmbH. And there is something very special to announce. Last month, in the month of March, we began the Middle East operations as well. So we are available in the Middle East market from headquarters in Dubai, which is in UAE. And we are covering the catering market regions of North Africa and Far East as well. So if anyone's wanting to connect, the direct possibility of enquiries or product information, data, everything is available at a local support. And my name is Snehashish Sharma. I happen to operate for the Middle East Elsner Electronic branch. And I welcome once again everyone, and thanks for your time to coming in for this show. In today's agenda, I have tried to keep it very short. If you ask me, as Mr. Mahmood said, we are a company around 30 plus years old. So if you want to touch upon every product, it is going to be very difficult for sure. And the time for 1 hour of webinar is not going to be sufficient. So I tried to make very short and very crisp product presentation with the most interesting subjects and the most trending ones, which could be, as I said, I want you to benefit out of this webinar to make yourself familiar with the product range, which can be of use irrespective of your application area or the field in which you are working. And therefore, the agenda, as it says, first we touch upon the philosophy of Elsner. Then we are moving on to the Casa Connect, which is a basic starter set. I will tell you more details when we get those pages. Then we are talking about the complete building automation. And thereafter is all the question open house discussion, where we talk about the opportunities available in the market. And it will be thanks session. So coming to the first agenda point, which is the Elsner philosophy, I must tell you that we are a company, as I said, we are 30 plus, more than 3 decades in the industry. We've been 100% made in Germany, complete productions for development, production. Everything happens in a place called Ostelsheim, which is about 3 hours from Dusseldorf. The hardware, software development, the product design, the SMD, the wave soldering systems, the complete marketing happens there from the sales point of view, or the service repair and the support that we have, post-sales support. Everything happens from the factory itself directly. And the greater news is, of course, now we are available in Middle East. So it is like our own branch of the German company that we have formed in the UAE, and we are here to support you better. Coming to the next segment, now this is really industry specific. We are talking about KNX Starter Set Casa Connect. What this is about, primarily we have to see the service department or a house that we basically try to do the automation, where we have to talk about selecting the KNX operating device. We have to understand what sort of a sensor should be suggested or recommended, the actuators for the easy start with the KNX. Here in the Casa Connect, the entire package has been pre-configured. We are giving a sort of a plug and play package. So if you want, for example, to do a project of 1-bedroom service apartment, you are able to order from Elsner factory like a complete package, which will comprise of components. We will go to those details in the next slides. And the complete component will be able to, once you install in the site, it is already commissioned. So primarily just you have to fix, plug and play. You will see how the integration is easier to do. So we talk about there is no ETS necessary for installing this set. It is already fully configured. The all addressing is done from the factory, and it can also connect with the remote, with the diagnosis. If you want smartphone application, everything is possible here in this sets of Casa Connect. In this slide, you will see the example of the Casa Connect set that we are talking about. This is primarily a layout of 1 bedroom, and it's a standard like service department. We have given even the configurations of the devices, which are shown here, like you have a center console, a complete monitoring display device, which is about 10.1 inch in screen size, really good size for like a tablet, bigger than a tablet, I would say. And this is your central unit where you will receive all the information, and we will see more details. But if you see here in the list, you are able to find that there are KNX devices. For example, from the bottom, if you read bottom to upwards, the power supply is there, 640 milliamp IP based, and then you have actuator, you have sun protection control, the Dali light controller, the heating controller, weather station, which is a very important thing. When you do home automation or a building automation, we always talk about comfort or the convenience inside the room that we are trying to, let's say, monitor or make automation with. We always believe on our, let's say, individual feeling that, okay, I am a person, I want to use 18 degrees as a temperature control. I want to have dimming for the light as per my requirement. If I'm going to read or make a, let's say, discussion or watch television, the lighting will be decided by the mood of the person. But in reality, if you see, for the air conditioning and the lighting, the outdoor ambient also should be considered. So if you don't have a weather station installed in the villa or in the project, for example, a bank, in a shopping mall, or even, for example, an office complex, serviced apartment, then you are not able to get the resultant weather conditions from outside. So all the individual, let's say, parameters are used in this situation, where we are missing out the benefits of getting the outdoor temperatures and the weather conditions to integrate in the system, which can give you added advantage to be able to sort of make reductions in energy savings. You are able to reduce your CO2 by sheer, let's say, utilizing the dimming and the better air conditioning to maintain better, let's say, lighting, human-centric lighting, or even the, let's say, the better room's air quality. So the presence detectors are there, the smoke detectors are there. You see this color touch controller. So even in the later stages, you will see a lot of slides specifically about these products. What are the capability of the product that is listed here. But here I am trying to show you the importance of a pre-configured system which is coming from the factory. It does not need any ETS to be done in the site. All the ETS programming are downloaded on the devices from the factory. It is ready to be installed, and commissioning testing can happen very immediately, and handover of the site can take place. There is flexibility in this also, in case suppose somebody says, I don't want the smoke detector or the leakage sensor. You can definitely change the BOQ little bit to modify as per your let's say project needs, and we will still customize and give you the complete package as a solution. And additionally, in case you ever, or the owner ever needs to add a device or any other functionality into his home automation, as you are aware, this is all about KNX that we are talking here. Any KNX device can easily be added on into the apartment further easily, and the programming can be done by the system integrator locally. It is not to be confused or mixed that this is coming pre-configured, preset, so no changes can be made. It is meant to save you the time, energy to do the configurations at site. But any amendments or any changes that you want to bring in, you are able to definitely make better, let's say, changes as per the site requirements. I was telling you about the Casa Connect display. So this is a touch display about for all the manual operations, complete scenes, groups, area floor for the slider positions, and the automatic functions for the shadings, for the heating, cooling, ventilation. Everything is possible to display on this device. It will also it also comes integrated with speakers, so you can get very loud alarm alerts. You can set timers, all the functionality of your regular, let's say, smart applications that people intend. Normally, a villa owner always dreams, or a small project owner will always dream about his home to have all sorts of automation coming on to one particular, let's say, central point. So this display with 10.1 inch gives you the flexibility to achieve all the requirements. I would not like to use the word requirement, but the dream. All the dreams of the villa owner can be met here and shown here on the display. This has 10-page screen. You can change the pages, and even it has For example, as a screensaver, it can give you family photo or children pictures on the screen, and the displays will function. So all these features are included, embedded in this device. And even up to web browsing, if somebody needs to do, is possible to do on the same. Then we are moving about the last point that everybody dreams, want to be connected to the phones. They say, no, I do not see a reason that I should always go to the central control unit and make, let's say, my controls of the lights or the ACs or the televisions, etc. I definitely want to use only my smartphone or the tablet to be able to control everything. So here, if you see, this Casa Connect device, which is on KNX, is possible to integrate with 10 mobile phones or tablets, Android or Apple. So it is independent that you are wanting to, let's say, utilize your phones or the current, let's say, handheld devices. Everything is configurable through an app, and it is very easy to integrate. So it does have, as I said, web browser also for surfing and streaming applications. The remote diagnostic is available on this, where you are able to actively connect to the factory in the event there are some issues. But this is only after a confirmation and a permission taken by the over the internet, and then they can connect into the systems and give you a troubleshooting in terms of diagnostics support. And here again, for the purposes of security and privacy, the data is only stored 100% on the device. It is not going on the cloud, or it is not relayed outside the building. So you have pure security systems also taken care of. This page shows about the Casa Connect devices a little bit in detail, but unfortunately, there is a lot, I must tell you, which cannot be covered in this webinar. Each device has at least 2 pages of data sheet and almost like 40 to 45 pages of manual. And then you have installation guides which run into another 14 or 16 pages. So I am available, and I believe KNX Zone also will be supporting in case you have ever any queries for regarding the ETS file, or if you need any support for the technical documents, we will be more than glad to support you. But here I like you to strain your eyes a little bit to see the actuator, the KNX 4. Here we are trying to say this 16 ampere 8-channel actuator is available as a part of the package that we showed in this KNX Starter Set. And then you also have the actuator of let's say multifunction, the light controller, DALI light controller, 4-channel is available. There is a power supply, KNX 640 milliamp, and also a DC volt, 24 volt supply device also included. And if you see the power supply unit here, the right hand side, the center photo, you will see a small display showing over there on the component. So if you have used majorly, you must have been coming across different varieties or different type of power supply devices. This is our cutting edge, let's say, additional feature that we have on the power supply unit, which can give you additionally a short circuit, over voltage, overload, or excessive temperature, current consumption. All these information will display on the power supply itself. Even the storage of malfunction messages will appear there. So you don't have to necessarily, in the event of a troubleshooting, come with the laptop and then do immediate, let's say, plug into the USB and then try to figure out what is the fault. At least on the power supply face itself, you are able to check or make some use of the information available. It is believed by some of the other friends that this is an over specification. We don't need it. So it's all right if somebody says like that, but the features are available. And in terms of, let's say, technicality, if we start using the Elsner range, it helps you to save time. Even if you look at, for example, the actuator, let's say, choose any of the pictures on the left hand side, the top one or the middle one. If you see the green mesh over there, this is basically where your wires are going to go. There are no screws. I mean, the installer, the electrician is happy. If you have an electrician team which wants to do the wiring, they can just insert and it gets connected. So these are certain things which need to be understood, that the product is coming with additional features which makes your life easier. The home automation indeed is a way to make life better for the people, for the end users to achieve their dreams. They want to benefit from the systems. Here we are bringing in all the KNX range of products with slight improvements. I would not say slight, but rather it is a big improvement to help the installers, to help the system integrators to further save their time, to be able to make use of the benefit of the device component design functionalities. I will definitely expect some more time, if possible, to take further, but let us move on to the building automation part, where we are looking at the KNX systems. Here, as I mentioned in the beginning, we can't go in detail for all these products. The ones which are highlighted is of our special interest areas, like, for example, wireless KNX. Then we have the weather sensors. Of course, we have outdoor operating console. KNX Starter Set we covered in detail almost. You saw all the components, you saw the layout of the room. And further, we will be seeing the indoor sensor, the series Kala, the system Corlo, and the series ETR, the indoor sensor. We have 3 series in Elsner technologies. This definitely takes time for people who have not used the Elsner range. So I will consider success for myself if the 3 names, the Kala, the Corlo, the ETR, get into your mind after the webinar. This will be a very big success, almost achieving like 50%. I can say that, yes, you are able to associate with the products names. And of course, the features are such, they will get engraved in your mind. As I mentioned about 2 things, I hope people will remember it later as well, about the power supply and the simple point about the wire connections on the actuators. Uh, Here we have again the sensors for special operating areas in terms of smoke detector. I am trying to figure out the market in the African countries, how the smoke in Egypt also. I would be very interested to know how the smoke detector is measured or is considered in the specification, if there is any special approval is needed, because we have this sensor already on KNX. As much as I am aware, there are very few players doing this smoke detector on KNX. Of course, as a standalone, it is available in plenty from most of the companies, but on KNX is what we are looking here. Then we have tank sensor, soil sensor, leakage. The interfaces, we are very strong. We have our own KNX IP interface, and of course the actuator and the power supplies. Coming to this Nunio, the first device that we have in terms of, let's say, glass touch, it is basically a universal glass push buttons switch, which can work in different configurations. If you use the ATS program, you can make it single gang, double gang, or triple or quadruple. And every switch, every particular, let's say, position can be used for switching, dimming. It also has a thermostat function, and additionally, it has, let's say, the display and the frame edge illumination. I have a very short video also to share at this moment. Let me try to add the video screen and see if it works fine. And I will switch the screen now just for a moment to show you the video part of this switch. hope it is coming. Mahmood, is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
So that much about the new Neo. As are you able to hear me, Mr. Mahmood?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
good.
hearing you. We're hearing you.
Okay, so here if you see, I will try to take the help of this video itself and just keep scrolling to show you the features here. It's a normal glass touch adaptive switch that you see. If in the beginning it is just like a dark, uh, without any lit or without any illumination, the switch stays on the wall. When somebody approaches it, for example, you're bringing your hand close to it, it has the adaptive touch. The light comes on, and then in this switch, it has been pre-configured to give you 4-gang application. And therefore, it is very simple. It is my bad. Sorry, this has gone into the next video. Sorry. My apologies. One moment, please. I'm just okay. So we are here. We are here in terms of what I like to show is about the after the 4-gang. We are also talking about this particular feature, which is the thermostat functionality. So you can actually use the same switch by changing the phase in terms of, let's say, bringing your hand closer to the screen, and then the screen changes the page into a thermostat display. So you have the complete comfort mode, economy mode, or let's say the high speed mode and the fan coil speed. All the temperature modes can be changed by the same device, Neo. If you see the benefits of this, it comes like 4 switches plus the thermostat plus the fan coil. So it's completely integrated in just one system itself. I will take you back to the slide where we were, where we will now continue with the presentation further. So here we saw the functionality of this entire Neo in the video format as well. Now we are back in terms of the Kala series, which is very interesting again. This is one of the oldest developments of Elsner, which has been in the market for a very long time. And after this, we have the next one, the ETR. So when we talk about the Kala series, you will see that you are able to see there is a particular, let's say, display with small dots. So there are 10 screens here which you can change and get your applications. For example, the display of the light, if you want to change, even then there is no physical knob. It is just a digital knob with using your finger touch. You can change or increase, decrease the temperature or the light levels fixing. And everything is user interface. The important part is it is all glass touch, so completely easy to clean, easy to do. Let's say in these current times of COVID, when we are talking about challenges of, let's say, sanitization and all, this is very easy to maintain as well. Electrically, just wipe it with some sort of disinfectant, it gets taken care. And the next part, which is very interesting, all these are coming in 55 series frames. So when we talk about a 3x3 wall switch, you can replace the wall switch with this particular device. It can give you let's say the scenes, the complete control in temperature, the light control, the various applications that you saw. For Nunio, it is also possible to connect over here. This one is basically a device which is Scala KNX T101. Here we have two variants, pure white and a pure, jet black, two color combinations. And what it does is it is a very basic version to give you a temperature control. It will display the temperature and it will allow the adjustments via push buttons. The features are, primary features are that it is complete glass surface and it comes as 55 series frame, operates on the KNX bus voltage. And you can, if you see the overall, the outside frame, the black portion or the white portion, this you are able to get from the market any other color as well. Suppose you want steel finish. For example, somebody asked me recently, I am looking for bronze, like some sort of a bronze, metallic bronze. If somebody wants stainless steel, so those kind of frames, just the outer frames are possible to include. Even wood finish, whatever finish you want to have as per your interior, you can utilize that. The functionality of our device stays within the 55 by 55 size, where you get the benefits of the glass touch and the temperature control. The next one is about KNX Scala KNX T201 and 202. What these two are doing is basically they added a feature of touch surface for shading. So in the top two images that you see on the left hand side, both one is white, the other black, and they both have just one shading possibility. And the below one is a 202 series, which has two shading. So you can increase up or down if you like to adjust. You are able to do that. Included is coming your temperature controller with the button for operations and setting the temperatures. The next one is further, let's say, development in terms of adding more functionality, more features. This is very important as well, because when we are talking about room controlling, whether you want to sort of do the complete air quality in the room, in the office, in the hospital or shopping mall, or any classrooms, also in the school, colleges that you would be handling your projects, you are required to definitely monitor and control the CO2. I will definitely, in the end, I also have questions to ask for the market in Egypt. If you are handling the carbon dioxide within the room, let's say, for improved air quality. As everybody is aware now, people are knowing that the room is not only having functionality for light, it also needs to have a better air quality. So when we are talking about light, yes, this device is able to definitely give you control through adjustment on the DALI. You can completely change. Even in RGB is possible to do, even in dimming it is possible to do. But additionally, when we are talking about temperature, humidity, We are talking about carbon dioxide monitoring. So all these parameters, through this device, you are able to additionally monitor and make benefit, because we are talking about a room with more, let's say, CO2 content inside. It is, for example, an office space or a classroom. The children or the people who are working will tend to get more tired in less time when it comes to air which is of lesser in quality. So home automation is not only about just making things easy and making things, let's say, more luxury and comfortable by touching on your mobile phone, or just by using your tablet, or a panel on the house that you want to just make some benefits of blind curtains and controls of lights or ACs. But for sure, if you are measuring the parameters, the technical, let's say, benefits or the health benefits can add a lot when it comes to using the right kind of a combination. When you as a system integrator, or you as a consultant, or you as an advisor to the end user will mention all these points, so they are able to be rightly aware of the possibilities which needs to be done. We are only showing products which are already available. For sure, others have this as well, and we are also readily available with two versions. This is a wall mounting version. I think in this presentation I have not touched upon the ceiling mounting. Like, it is a sensor on the ceiling where you can get the carbon dioxide, humidity, temperature, light, and the presence detection also. But these are basic functionalities when it comes to the ceiling mount also, and as well as in the wall mount we have the same functionalities available. Here again, we are talking about mixed gas sensor with temperature and humidity. The Kala series continues like this. All the features remains the same. For example, the glass surface, the 2 push button, the thermostat functionality. But yes, only additionally we are having the VOC, the volatile organic compound. This is the next level of purified air that we are talking for the rooms, which is for better health purposes. Then we have this temperature humidity sensor to give you dew point, the comfort, let's say, values, and the threshold values can be set completely by the parameters on the ETS software. Here as well, again, it is all glass surface, 55 mm size, and there are other AND and OR logic gates available to make more functionality into the device and the systems to use. This is again a up version of temperature sensor, and similar to the previous that we saw, and it comes in with display and without the display. So definitely you are aware, people talk about higher quality, and then they want lesser time for execution of the project, and at the same point they will add, okay, the lowest price also, please. So we are of course not discussing prices here, but you will surely understand that if there is a display, it will be little more as compared to a one which is without the display. So this is just to give an idea also that we have all the possibilities available. And this is our presence detector on the wall, which is measuring, let's say, the occupancy in the room. If you have any person coming, the lights can function from the occupancy or the presence detection. It is a PIR, passive infrared sensor. There are a lot of technologies in the occupancy or the motion sensing. So one of the most prevalent is passive infrared, which basically reads the human body heat. So this will detect when a person is coming into the room, and the benefits of switching can take place. Once again, this comes in glass surface with 2 touch buttons, 2 status LEDs, and all these are also completely in the 55 mm series frame. This is the push button now without the displays or without the screens, and regular push button with added advantages, I would say, with scenes S1, S2, S3 that you see. So you can basically configure different scenes to it. If it is a very low cost budgeting situation, very high, let's say, high requirement of reducing the cost, then these are also available for the project to be able to utilize. This page is about the push buttons in single gang, 2-gang and 4-gang. So we have the best of the push buttons again with glass surface, 55 series frames, and you are able to change the outer frame with any other standard, let's say, interior design or the color that you are wanting to make use of. This is coming to the third part, almost to the end of our program, but still there is time because we have ETR as well. This is about the 5-inch display and the touch switch that we are talking here, which has all the functionalities. The dream of any person, or villa owner, or an end user, or regular, let's say, person who's looking at automation for his house. All the dreams can be brought into reality by using this particular, let's say, 5-inch display. As you saw, the earlier one was 10.1. Functionally, they both are similar. There is same 10 screens there. Then there is, let's say, web browsing possible on that I explained here as well. You have web browsing possible, connecting with the mobile phone is possible. So everything is available on this Corlo Touch 5-inch as well. And the SD card, proximity sensor, the binary inputs, the scene control, timer, alarm functionality, all are inbuilt to give you, in fact, the best robust solution, and in size of 5-inch. We are also releasing another version which is in 7-inch size, and that one is a step above all this. Functionally, it will be similar to all the lists that you're seeing here, but there the IP rating is 66. If you are familiar to the IP rating requirements, it means for marine applications, for yacht, or for industries where you have high heat, high humidity happening. And if, for example, a warehouse where you have let's say, exposure to the outside atmosphere, and if they want to use a device which can control or give them the solution, I would say recommend the yacht as a good example, because in these boats or let's say the cruises, you need to have a device which is weatherproof kind of a thing. So we are talking IP66. The model is called Fabro, and it is almost 2 weeks from now. It should be available in the market as well, and it will also show up on the Elsner web page. Coming on to the ETLR series, this is the almost the latest, I would say. It is the latest among the range that we have, and how it is that it is most simple glass, completely made in glass, and it is full of a switch size. In the previous Kala series, we were talking about 55 on every device, because you were free to apply that with any frame of your interior. This is a complete switch size solution. It fits on a 3x3 box, easy to install, and it works for your temperature control, display of temperature, and the adjustments all can happen via push button, and very, very, let's say, easy to integrate on the ETS as well. We have this series of ETR 101 coming in white and also in black. If you see, it has a design award in the year 2020 and Red Dot Award in 2019. It is the best of the best. In fact, on the Kala series also, there are awards. Most of the range that I'm showing today, you will see is labeled with an award. If it was in 2019, or if it would be 2017, even 2013, our weather stations are patented for last 30 years. They are one of the most cutting edge technology. So there has been the edge is about the design, the sleekness. I really wish in the technology there is a provision sometime that we can put our hand like this and touch and feel the ETR series, because right now in the images that you see is showing you a lot of attraction, but yes, again the touch and feel is missing in this, which with maybe virtual technology would be possible in due course of time as well. Then we have the same continuation of the ETR series. We have the sunblind version. As you can see, the left side top, two of them, black and the white, they have one drive to control, and the bottom, the two drives to control. So this is coming easy thermostat application plus single blind or two blind option directly available to interface and integrate. Then we have the light icon where you can configure a particular light switch, use it like a on-off, and then you have the temperature and the blinds controls. This one is a push button application where we are talking about the finish is all glass also, completely touch surface in glass, and we have single gang equivalent of a single gang, single push button, and it can be configured for switch, dimmer or blind, roller shutter, awning, window, any of the scene recall, any possibilities that you have, all through the programming it can be configured. We also have the same on two push button, double push button, or a four gang push button. So all these things, if you see again, is a design award in 2020, and each button can be configured differently for either for a switch or a selector or a dimmer. Likewise, even in the other that you saw, the previous versions of the Corlo or the Kala series, there also every button that we are talking about is configurable in all the devices. I believe we have little time. I'm done with the slides, Mr. Mahmood and participants also. So I will ask the house to open for discussions, or if you allow me, there is a lot to talk about. If any questions come, we can address those in more details also. And then the next slide is about thank you only, but I will bring you back to this one to keep the house open for discussions.
Thank you very much, Snehashis. I hope you all enjoyed the amazing presentation. Actually, we have only one question for you.
Wow.
This question.
But I have two.
Okay. This question is, are there KNX devices with KNX data secure encrypted communication? If you have an Elsner, some devices that support KNX data secure, like IB or some things like this?
Yes, see, data secure is an upcoming trend, or let's say it is a requirement from the specifications also. And at this moment, we do not have a ready solution immediately available. But yes, it's being developed. It is under, let's say, development at the moment in the factory. In the last update that I have from the previous week is that this application, the data secure that we are talking about, the KNX secure we call it, in fact. So it will apply on some of the IP devices that we have, and it will integrate with the existing let's say components itself. So it will come in as a package together very soon. I believe in the market also there is developments happening around, and everybody is coming to this particular position very soon, that we will have this mark as KNX secure also.
Okay.
But it is under process. Maybe by the time our name gets more popular or more remembered, you will have this product as well coming in.
Okay, thank you again for answering this question. and for the great presentation. It was a pleasure to have you with us. So this concludes the webinar. Thank you all for attending. We hope you have enjoyed the presentation, and see you next time with BAS tomorrow and EAA next tomorrow, after tomorrow, sorry. Now, if you have anything to say, Mr. Snehashis.
Well, thank you about about the market in the Egypt. As I was while the presentation, I was asking about any experience on the smoke detectors. Do you require any sort of special approval from the civil defense? Like in UAE market, it needs civil defense approval. So any project that you are completely giving as a package, or do you also work with different, let's say, product range for, especially for the smoke detector? I am interested to know.
Actually, in the residential projects, we have no condition for using some sensors like smoke, CO2, CO, and a lot of sensors you presented. But in the commercial projects, we have more conditions and more specific data to be sure that it will be work with another systems. Like BMS or another separated fire system. So in the residential, we have no problem, but the problem, I think, in the commercial buildings. Maybe I'll share with you the requirements, maybe tomorrow or after tomorrow, to can check and to comply with these conditions.
Perfect, very good. And adding to the commercial requirements, do you use carbon dioxide monitoring in your project?
Yeah.
In Egyptian market.
Yeah.
For car parking, also carbon monoxide CO monitoring.
Just for monitoring, but in some projects I attend in it, they want to beside monitoring, they want to take an action like open and close some valves or something like this.
Perfect. I'm very glad that I could have this opportunity, in fact, and I really thank the entire team. I hope we are able to cooperate more with all the participants. I hope if they have questions, we can answer to that. And for sure, all the information that we discuss now is available on the landing page. From the landing page itself, I would, I believe there is 3-4 minutes left. I can show one of the landing pages so that you are able to familiarize with the website in a very easy way. If you will allow me, I will take you.
We have 5 minutes.
If we have 5 minutes, it should be good enough. See, we are talking about just coming to Elsner Electronic homepage here. Then select the language. Is it visible now? The screen?
Yes.
But this one is blocking me to. Okay, now I can click English. All right. So here you will see our devices, the series, etc. Of course, if you go to the service, you have all the downloads. So you can get all the documents, the data sheets from there. The brochures are available here in the service field. For example, the one that I showed you, the starter set Casa Connect, this is here. But most interesting is this, products or the shop. So once you click this one, well, it's not changing for me at this moment. One moment. Okay, it came. Product. This is the product and the shop where you have KNX products. So here you will see surprisingly something that is fully transparently available. All the information and the prices. For example, the Kala Touch, you are able to get the price so that you can make your bill of quantity or the selection of the product. If you are looking at a particular, let's say, device, you are able to decide on which particular version to use. So we are available on the website. In the landing page itself, you are able to see all these products. If you click, for example, I like to click one particular device. Let me do that for Nunio. I am searching for Nunio. So I will try to do Control F, Nunio. So this is the one which I showed you the video also. So if you click here, Nunio, KNX Multi-Touch Universal, you will come to a page like this. And you have the photo, you have the video here, you have the functions. Buy now, the price is mentioned. Functions are given here. Technical data is available. The downloads will allow you to. Is the screen going very fast, Mr. Mahmood, or it's okay?
Yeah, it's clear. It's clear. It's clear.
Okay, so you are able to see in the downloads, the installation, the manual, the application. So that does it. I mean, this is all that. I mean, you may have questions to how to get the application file. So likewise, if you have other product, if you are searching, for example, I will say Kala. I am searching for something in Kala series. So I got all these push buttons and Kala series. So I know, for example, I will go for this one, 3.0 room control 55. So if you see, this is how the housing looks like, how you will be installing. The frame comes from outside. This is what I was trying to explain. The 55-inch, the other frame outside needs to be taken as per your interior requirements. So that will match up. And again, everything is here, the same functions, the technical data, the scope of delivery, what is coming in the product, what is excluded. For example, here we are saying, we are saying here, not included is the frame. This is not included, and the junction box of course is never included. And then the downloads for the data sheet, the manual, the application, everything is available here. The brochures, the tender specification, any particular detail that one would actually require is available. We have other Modbus series. There are so many other devices. I would recommend that you can browse by yourself in all the theme-wise, application-wise, or the automation photovoltaic. So here all these case studies are also uploaded for people to benefit. Suppose somebody wants to know weather station, what is the good air, how controlling of the Dali lighting system via KNX is to be done. You can download or read from regarding the dew point monitoring or the professional weather data collection. So all these things are available on our webpage as well. And with this, I am convinced that the time has been utilized very well. I thank all the participants once again, and KNX Zone and Mr. Mahmood. Thank you so much.
Thank you again. It was a pleasure to have you with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.